Hi Capricorn, welcome to your July 2021 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as I've already blessed my cards, so for your actions and interactions with the world at large in July, you have the Hierophant card, right? So the Hierophant card is, yes, it is red tape and bureaucracy and the establishment, absolutely, but it's also the rule of law or the authority. You have this as your actions and interactions with the world at large. This is you aligning with a governing body, aligning with a bigger institution. This is you taking on new methodologies in some way, shape or form. This is you seeking to be the best that you can be, or to gather the highest intel, wisdom, knowledge, information that you possibly can. The other thing that I like to say about this card as well is truly, it really is a card of initiation, right? This is about really being present in some way, shape or form. It's about being inducted in some way, shape or form. So for those of you that have started new jobs, this suggests that you're in the right place at the right time. It suggests that the status quo that you are now becoming a part of is where you feel like you're supposed to be. There's a sense of feeling at home, or a sense of maybe coming home. You know, a lot of people that, you know, leave sort of structured or organized religion, you know, things like Catholicism, Judaism, Islam, all of that, when they take up their pagan, their newfound pagan roots or paths, a lot of them say they feel this moment of like, it just felt right and I felt like I was coming home. I feel like you're going to have one of those moments this month, but it's going to be to do with your work or to do with your profession in some way, shape or form. You may just feel, you know what, this was the right move. So if you're starting a new job, if you've got a promotion and now you're starting your new duties, this basically says to me that you are in the right place that you're supposed to be, and you will feel that this month. It will just be like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. What a wonderful place to be, and what a beautiful experience to have, right? It does suggest that you will be interacting a lot with either authority figures or people that are as such. And it does suggest for a few of you, especially those of you that work for yourselves, you could be coming into that that understanding that you are seen as an authority in your chosen field. For your money and materials, you have the Three of Pentacles. This, with the Hierophant card, this is structured learning, right? This is new methodologies, new ideas, possibly even qualifications as well. This month, if you get the chance, show your smarts, right? Don't hold back. Let people know that you are one of, if not the smartest person in the room. This is the month for you to really go for it. Do not hold back. When it comes to your finances and your resources, if there is a qualification that you really feel to go after, it looks like you will. This would be absolutely the month to do it. And if you know that this is going to enhance your job skills, or it's something that feeds directly into your job, ask your employer. You might be surprised. They might even pay for it for you, or they may be the ones that suggest this for you. If you work for yourself, this basically suggests that in order to get to that next level or those big monies, there is something that you need to study here, something that you're really going to be able to stick with. Do you know what I mean? Now, when it comes to specifically to your money, your finances and your resources, this is balancing the books. It's you really getting into those books and being sharp and smart about it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is all of the parts of the body that Capricorn rules. This is going to be your structure, your skeleton, your physical body, your knees especially, and your teeth as well. So look after all aspects of self this month. And then when it comes to your home and environment, there's a lot of adjustment coming up, right? This is going to be a month where you are figuring out what the new normal is going to be for you personally, whether that's that you've got a family, whether it's that somebody's moving in with you. There's a sense here that this month you are kind of saying to yourself, actually, you know what? I need to create a new routine. I need to create a new structure or a new, just like a new routine or a new daily structure in my life. There's something about this month that's going to have you putting new plans in place. For your third week of the month, you have the Queen of Cups. So this is a lot of conversation about feelings, about emotions. You may find you're not known for being an emotional sign, but what people often miss about Capricorns is that you are a very sensual sign. And so this month you could find that you are needing to talk about your feelings this much, that much more. There could be interaction with a mother figure, somebody that is that has that kind of energy about them. Like, what I really like about this as well with your Queen of Cups, for me, she's the archetypal mother and wife, right? And so she represents nourishment and soul nurturing. And because this is in your communications, this feels for me like someone is taking you under their wing. It feels like there's a lot of support there. It feels like you are opening up and talking about things with somebody that you see as a mentor, as a mother figure, as somebody that just an extra layer of support that maybe you hadn't considered as that originally. And it's like you find that actually, you know what, I feel safer in this space or with this person than I have in a long time. I think that's a really nice place to be. It also suggests as well that through possibly your familial ties is where you are likely to find what it is that you need in terms of resources, in terms of in terms of resources, in terms of inner faculties as well, right? Not necessarily just physical stuff. Like, this could be somebody that helps illuminate something within you, in your emotional sphere, but it could just as easily be someone who basically says to you, right, this is what you need to know, this is where you need to look for this. Like, this is usually you play that role, and to have somebody fulfill that role for you is, I think, eventually, once you've got over the weirdness of it all, you will actually really enjoy it. And then finally, for your heart and half, you have the Four of Cups. So let your people surprise you, right? Let your people come through for you, whether this is, and it's likely to be a woman. The only reason I say that is because it's the Queen of Cups. And usually this is a mother, a grandmother, a mother figure, somebody that is like that. But the Queen of Cups has many a time come up in spreads and represented gay men. So if you've got one of, if you've got one of us in your family, if you've got someone like that in your family, let them be there for you. Find a way to lean on them, because it looks like they can bear it, right? There's a lot that you can share with them, and you might be surprised at some of the conversations that shape up around this person. So I think all in all, it's going to be a really interesting month. For those of you that are single, your network is likely to, and when I say your network, it does look like your familial ties. I think I said this to Virgo in the weekly reading, but this is like one of those few times, like when people try to set you up from your family and you're like, oh my gosh, you genuinely thought that this was the type of person that I wanted to date. Wow. Right? Not all people are wonderful, but like, mismatch. This month though, it's like someone in your friendship circle, someone in your family, someone that's close to you could say, look, I've got someone in mind for you. Are you interested in meeting them? For the first time in a long time, maybe, or maybe even ever, it looks like they've got it right. So be open to suggestions, all right? For those of you that are partnered, married, relationships, it looks like you have a moment's break. It looks like you're going to have either a weekend or a week to yourselves where you guys can really think and be settled. And what I like most about this, it tends to give you, it's the Four of Cups, right? So it may come spontaneously. It might just be somebody, maybe someone says to you, oh, by the way, this is happening. boom, and you know, before you know it, like everything is kind of moving in a certain direction. I actually think this could be good for couples. I think there's a pleasant surprise on the horizon. All right, for your first week of the month, you have the Justice card, right? So something very official is taking place here. I mean, this could be all kinds of paperwork, all kinds of documents. Be on the lookout. It does look like you're getting a very legal correspondence of some sort. This could be the new contract that you're signing for the new job. It could be the paperwork for the house that you're moving into. It could be paperwork that you are initiating as well, because it falls right underneath the Hierophant card. You know, there's something here where, you know, you're signing on the dotted line, like you're choosing to move ahead with something on a very official nature. Very interesting. For your second week of the month, you have the Fool card. Spontaneous travels, yes, but also spontaneous studies in some way, shape or form. This is a chance to get ahead financially, but it is you admitting, you know, Capricorns are very smart, they're very intelligent, they're very wise. But this could be the week, this second week of the month could see you having, not having a moment, but having a thought where it's like, I don't know enough here to be proficient, or I don't know enough here to feel comfortable in what I'm doing, so I'm going to change that. There's an admittance here that you don't have the knowledge or the skill that you would like to have, and you're going to do something about that. That's what spurs you on to say, yeah, okay, you know what, here are the gaps in my knowledge, this is what I'm going to do about it. For your third week of the month, you have the Chariot card. So this person, your Queen of Cups, very likely to be a Cancerian. So I say that because the Chariot card rules Cancer. This pairing as well, like I said, there's just a friend, a mentor, a mother figure, an actual mother, a grandmother, a great aunt, somebody that is really for you. And I don't think you're going to realize it until you have a specific conversation with this person this month that makes you go, wow, you know what? I haven't realized it before, but actually, you know what, I can rely on you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be a really novel sort of moment where you're like, oh, you know, I don't really know how to feel about that. But once it settles, you will really feel it. I like this for you a lot. I think this is finding a kindred spirit, a kindred soul at work, through the profession, or in your social network, or even in your family. Maybe it's a newfound level of trust and a bond with somebody that you truly care about, that you didn't realize you could rely on in a certain way. I really like this. I mean, and even if they're not a Cancerian, there's an element here that they're kin, you know, which I like that. So finally, you have the Magician card. For those of you that are single and open to meeting someone new, whoever it is, this person's doing very well for themselves, right? Anyone that comes up as the Magician card, smart, educated, intelligent, usually very settled on the material plane. They've done well because they've reached the height of their game. The fact that you have this here, whoever it is that your family, people, network are trying to set you up with, like I said, I think this time they've actually got it right. Like, this would be one of the few times where you can say, all right, okay, you guys, yeah, you did good. For your those of you that are partnered or in relationships or married already, this, I mean, really, I think this is good news for one of you on the work front, yes, but I also feel like this is the cementing of a bond. But it looks like wherever you're doing this, it's not going to be at home. There is time spent away from the home this week, or this month rather, specifically this week, as a couple. It's like you're going somewhere to talk about something, and I think you're going to come back with everything in a much better space than when you left, let's say. So for your new moon and full moon human design oracle card messages, you have, for the new moon, you've got the Gate 26 and the Greater Good. This is really about you cultivating relationships or connections where once you didn't perceive them to be, right? And that's what I think this is about. I don't know whether it's a reconciliation, whether it's a reconnection, but so the message behind this card, you see that you've got the elephant on, let me show you. You've got the elephant here, and you've got this bird that lives on the elephant, right? And the message of this is the bird eats the parasites that will pick at the elephant's eyes and, you know, like all the little bits of hair or fur that it has on it. And so it's a symbiotic relationship. Without that understanding that whatever is happening is for the greater good, so the bird gets a meal and the elephant stays parasite free. That's a symbiotic relationship. And this month, the new moon is highlighting to you where a relationship that may not have been whole once before, that may have been broken, that may have come through a billion different challenges, can actually be something that going forward truly supports you in a way that you never even imagined. Be open to this, all right? Just because you never know what it could bring you. For your full moon message, you have the Gate 43 and Ahead. So the Gate 43, I love this card. The lady that designed these cards actually designed this card for me. So I'm always very honored when it comes up, and it always makes me smile and it makes me think of her. What this card is actually about is knowing when the opportunity is good, when the opportunity is ripe. This, I kind of feel, pertains to this I don't know enough yet. It's like there's going to be an opportunity that comes up, and at first it might seem like, oh, this is a ball ache, or it's extra work, or it's da-da-da-da. It could be a whole load of things on the surface, but what it could potentially be for you could be amazing. Think longer, think bigger, think longer term, because that's where you're really going to see the good in whatever the full moon is highlighting for you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.